then he got some hay. Welcome to the good life, welcome to the truth life. I'm living that full life in that true light, and all I need to live life is in Christ, and I can bring it out. He showed me just how to work it out. His word I learned and it flows out. I'm blazing and they can never put me out. Can't put me out, no. No bank in the world can count my wealth. No doctor understand my health. Teachers wish they were wise like me. I'm blazing, yeah. My wealth isn't measured in money, and me being sick, that's funny. Blessed and I'm running over. Open your heart, come over. Come and see the life I live. You can say I'm living it big. Tell your friends I'm getting it in.
Ohunene. She will introduce herself more. I'm glad you came for this meeting, because the essence of this event is to help expose you to information and build income and show you opportunities that we have that you can actually leverage on, because we are here to help migrants, especially in diaspora. But we'll just go straight to the point so that we don't, we came here to talk business. We came here to actually tell you reality. We didn't come here to joke around. We came to tell you the reality of life and what you must do. Because there are principles in life that if you don't adapt, you will be in the same place for the next 10 years, not moving forward, like a rocking chair. You're going back and forth, you're not making progress. Time is dispersed, energy is spent, no progress made. So I want to talk about thinkers. If you look at the likes of people that made available the internet, iPads, they made it easy for you. That means somebody sat down to think about how can we make work faster. They start down to say, okay, you know what? We can provide internet so that researching for information will not take you a longer time. It will take you a short span of time. Also, somebody talked about laptops and the internet, so you can actually type things fast. You don't have to write with pens anymore. These are people that have sat down to think about needs and to help generations ahead. So a thinker is someone who I will call an entrepreneur. Somebody who seeks to meet a need. And that is why we are here, because we have talents, we have potentials, and there is a reason why we are here to meet that need. So we are thinkers, because thinkers are people that move the world forward. They make the world go on. They have provided things that can make life, worth living much easier for us. So I believe that is where that's the standpoint from where we should start from, because that is what people are looking out for. And I said here, thinkers are seekers. They are makers, and they do what 3% of the population does, because 3% of the population actually rule this world. Why? Because they have provided jobs for you. Look at the likes of Vodafone and the rest of them. They provided jobs for all of us, or people like us, to work in. So somebody thought about phone. How can we communicate much faster? So I'm trying to, direct your mind in a way that you can see how we came forth, or why we're having this program, how we can actually take it to the next level. Are we together? Yeah. Okay, the next slide, please. So you are forced to think when you observe an imbalance, you desire to meet a need and to solve a problem. Somebody cannot start thinking about something when there is no issue. When you observe that there's an imbalance in society, in the community, you begin to ask, why are people the way they are? Why are people experiencing, financial issues? Why are people experiencing challenges in maybe a particular subject or a particular area? So because you have the thought in mind, you begin to think of how to solve that problem. And once you begin to think, solution begins to come. But most people don't spend the time thinking. We all probably just consume. But because you're consuming, you don't know that somebody else actually sat down to think. But we are here today to become thinkers. That's why we said it's to help businesses grow. People who can think of a need and say, okay, you know what? I want to meet the need, like she wants to meet the need of homes, of married couples, so they can have a sustainable marriage. So what is that need you want to meet? Because there's a purpose why you are here. There's a need you have to meet. We all have something to give. But it starts with first thinking about the situation. How can you solve that situation? You think. And once you think, the idea comes, the solution comes. And the basics about thinking is listening. That's the next slide, please. Listening. What is listening? Someone might tell you, I have so much bills to pay. Oh, the last thing is chasing me. The taxes are increasing. What is that person actually saying? The person is saying, I do not have enough finances to cover or foot my bills. That is what he's saying. And somebody who cares listens and hears what he is not vocalizing with words, but actually saying in his mind. So the idea is listen to what the community is saying, because we are here to meet a need. There is a need that must be met. And if you listen carefully, you will get the solution. That is, what gold does is here. Right? Well, that is why we are here. But I'll tell you how it all, began. Listening, like I said, is the attribute of an entrepreneur or one that wants to make a difference. Listening is understanding the needs of a group or a community. As one who desires to meet a need, you must listen to needs of our community, either bills, like I said, to be paid. Understand what people are saying. Listen to what they are not saying. Because in what they are not saying, you know the real essence of what they really need. Having listened, this is the next slide. Having listened, you have to take action. Because you see, it's one thing to desire to make a change. It's another to take action. You can't just say, I want, we all have desire to make things happen. Oh, I really want it to change. If you don't take action, there is no result. You will still be at the same point, experiencing the same thing, but yet desiring a result. So you really cannot make that huge progress until you begin to take action. Now, I said here that action steps to achieving your thoughts. Identify and have a paradigm shift. What is a paradigm shift? Let me just describe a paradigm shift like a map. Imagine you had to come to Casa 400, you didn't have a map. You'll be in a lost map because there is no destination, there's no direction. But if you have a map, okay, this is my end point, my destination, there is a direction. So you already know, okay, from point A to point Z, I know that I'm in the right map. That is the first way to identify that you're in the map. What is your destination? What is that need you want to meet? I want to be a musician. I want to be an artist. I want to be a hairdresser. I want to be this. I want to be that. That is locating. You have an endpoint. You have a destination. There is a map. But you now have to chart the course to achieve that goal. And that is engaging yourself in the right information. Are we communicating? Applying the right principles. Let me give an example here. How many of you ever crammed in school? I crammed in school, come on, you crammed in school, let me see your hands. You crammed in school, you had to pass the exam. You didn't cram. Many people are smart, man. You didn't cram in school. Okay, if you crammed in school, let me see your hands up. You crammed to pass. I crammed, come on. Let's not be too, I know that you're very smart, you are ethicals. You crammed in school, correct? Fantastic. I crammed in school to pass, but guess what? We crammed to pass, we could maneuver our way and get through. Let me ask you another question. How many of you crammed on the farm, or could cram on the farm? Please, the next slide. You cram on the farm. You sure? That means you just pick up one day, you know what? I'm just going to expect that the seeds are being sown, and then in summer, expect to harvest, and then I milk the cow, and I probably just go to sleep. And then expect to have huge harvest maybe in December or in summer. Is it possible? No. What happens? These are principles. Principles are natural laws, and natural laws are principles. If you don't apply your time to doing something, you cannot get the result. I cannot pretend to you to now do 50 push-ups. It's not possible. I'm not going to the gym to do it. So I can't come and pretend to you that, you know what, I can do 50 push-ups. Why? It's not in me. But principles are, I want to do 50 push-ups, I must start today to do 10, to do 15, to do 20, to do 30. That is principle. So, who abides by principle? People that want to get to the next level abide by what? Principles. And principles, you cannot, it's not a cosmetic approach. You cannot dance around it. You either have it or you don't. That is principle. They are basic natural laws. So, as an entrepreneur, there are some principles like consistency. You can't expect to achieve something and then today you start and then tomorrow you stop. You will not achieve it. But principles are, I'm going to keep on doing it. I may not see a result today, I'm just going to keep keeping on. That is principle, consistency. And that's what we're here to tell you today. You see, building up a dream, building up a company, building up the life that you want starts with consistency. For example, we expected maybe 100 people or 150 people to be here. Even if it was one person that was here, we was here at the meeting. Why? We are consistent. It's not about today. It's about where you're headed. And a man who is consistent has conviction. What he has to do is just keep moving. Keep moving. That's why, you know what? In time, it will fall in line. It's like, once you come, the wind just gives way. You are focused. So you just keep moving. Don't observe. I mean, having this program, for example, we had a lot of challenges where we told ourselves, you know what? We just keep moving. Why? Conviction already comes from the heart. So we just move ahead. That is just the whole idea about what we're talking about. So, talking about, okay, this is success. Sorry, I went ahead, but I'm just excited about talking about this. But basically, really, having a priority like I spoke about is success. Identify your map. Have a clear vision. Where are you right now? What is that need you want to meet? Look at your environment. Because once you do that, you already identify yourself. And you know where you are placed. And that helps you chart your course. This is the next slide. Okay, I already spoke about this. Next slide, please. Okay, now, I'm talking to talk about time. I'm going to give you a brief sample. Just, let me get, this is a glass of water. Thank God. I want to ask a question. How many of you know probably the weight of this glass of water? Just don't give me exact figures because just like an assumption, how heavy is this glass of water? 200 grams?
50 grams.
50 grams from this side, 100 grams from the back. How many grams could this weigh?
80.
80 grams. Okay. Great. If I ask you what the weight of this water is, you will be right. But I ask you how heavy is this glass? If I hold this glass in this workshop for the next 1 hour, it's going to be much heavier. And guess what? It's going to affect me. If I do this throughout today, there's going to be a problem. Because the weight is going to be more on me, meaning the effect of time. Now, time can make any theory right. If you see water dropping on a rock, give that water time. It might be just drops of water. Give it 5 years. It will penetrate through the rock. What am I saying? Time makes any theory right. So what are you putting your time towards doing now? If you want to be a hairdresser, I'm just going to keep on doing hair every day and keep on perfecting myself every day and just keep on getting that one client. If I don't get a client, I make the hair of a doll baby. I'm just going to keep doing it because soon enough, it becomes so perfect that you begin to attract people. And that's natural law because the world does not understand whether you are black or you're this. It will connect to you once you apply the principles. It's a principle that works for anybody, anywhere in the world. So principles and your time, they are, consistency and your time are natural principles that we must abide by. Like I said, being consistent over time. I give you the example of the rock, the water on the rock. Apply your time to something. So start from now and begin, where is that direction I want to go to? That is what will help you, in achieving success. Please, the next slide so I don't take so much time. Having a plan. Now, gold is dust. We have a thought out plan that can embrace your vision while sustaining our vision. Now, as gold is dust, we sat now and thought about what is the need of people. And we found out that they might be telling you they have bills to pay, or they don't have anything doing. The real issue, the real need is they need money. That is the reality. But they don't do quick money or quick fix, no. There are principles, steps to it. So what we tell people, you know what? We're going to look for a need. We will look for ways to provide opportunities for wealth creation, for jobs, for investments, so that people can leverage on these opportunities and increase their income. That is what we thought about as gold is dust. We thought about solutions, things that can make available to people so that that income they really desire to increase, they can begin to do that in little ways. That is why we are here as Gold is Dust. So we said we have listened to the needs of people, we understand the needs of people, we have a solution to meet these needs. We have built the platform to create these opportunities with having workshops like this. This is one of our ways to meet that need. And I think that's the next slide. Okay, now that's basically all that I have to say today. But my communication to you is, now that you're here, identify your paradigm. Because sometimes some people, the way you can know if you're in the right paradigm or not is if you're in a dilemma. A dilemma is when you are probably caught in between. Okay, I want this thing, and I want that thing. But when they both come, which one do I choose? It means you have not identified your paradigm. You are still in a dilemma. Until you get to the point where this is what you want to do. Something else might come up, but you know what is priority? I have to do this first. Then you have located yourself and you have the right paradigm. You are in the right paradigm. You are in the right map. That is the first way to begin to identify where you are. And thank God for Gold does this. We help people to begin from the lowest point to understand where am I and how can I build up that financial income. Because you see, as much as we have that desire, there are some action steps you must take. It's not quick fix, it's not rocket science. You must do the job. You must get disciplined. You must give yourself to study, materials. Sometimes you have to wake up at night and guess what? Information is not expensive. I mean, we have things like internet. We have things like, I listen to audio books. I don't have to read. So if you cannot read, sorry, it's old. Because you can go online and listen to materials that will inspire your mind. Like somebody said, during our show, said, if you want to identify someone in your field, look for a mentor. I just pick the name. Or carpentry, mentor, in that field. A lot of information will come out. So we're not in a day of excuse or in an age where you give excuses. There is no one that cannot achieve it. But start first, identify your paradigm. Where am I? What do I want to impact for the next generation? Because there is something you must be willing to leave back for people. People have left this for us, information and the rest of that. What are we going to leave for people coming? Begin to think in that line, because that way you shape yourself, to become an investment into people's lives. Because if you don't live for yourself, and something very interesting I'd like to say is that as a business person, your goal should not be of yourself. Once you begin to think about how do I meet the need of others, that is when you begin to be. That's when you become a true entrepreneur. Your goal is, I want to meet. It's beyond you getting money right now or how much you're going to earn. It's more about I want to meet 50 people, 100 people, this community, this nation, this continent, this world. That is where it starts.